Hey everyone. I'm actually watching the Netflix series Love is Blind. I just want to do this reactionary video on this interesting topical Netflix series, not Love is Blind. So here we can see Shane and Natalie actually hugging and kissing themselves. I'm not sure how it ended. My daughter has refused to tell me. Obviously, she just said, "Okay, if I watch it from start to finish, I'll be able to." It makes it more interesting, just to keep the suspense going. As you already know, my name is Kate Okoli. Please, if you've not subscribed to to my YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel Life Class with Kate Okoli. On this channel, we talk about everything relationship with your spouse, with your friends, with your neighbors, with your work colleagues, with your children, extended family members. We are on about relationship, and we talk about positive relationship that helps actually to because we understand that a toxic relationship can actually make people get sick, and it can shorten their lifespan. So we know that a healthy relationship can cause people to live actually longer in life and healthier. A healthy relationship actually keeps the doctors away, like they say, So welcome to my YouTube channel. So please, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please continue to subscribe. Share share this video, like and share and comment. I want this particular video to be as interactive as possible, so you can see Shane and Natalie. They're actually kind of doing obviously what love is all about, but you realize that that's the very first time they've met each other. So the attraction, I am of the view that love is not blind. Lovers are actually blind. Love itself is not blind. Now, why did I say so? If you watch from the beginning of this movie, Love is Blind, you realize that the attraction for most of these lovers here, it's not about the body, it's not about the way they look, because usually, obviously, they only met at the point when they obviously connected just by word of mouth, just by their language, just by the things they say to each other. That's what actually connected them. And you also realize by conduct, by sending gifts, sending flowers, by their action. So you also realize that when people fall out of love, or when people, after years of getting married, when they begin to have problems, you realize that most of the things that they were doing at the time of courtship, they actually begin to take each other for granted, and they fail to do those things that they used to do that actually sparked the relationship from the inception. So they don't send flowers anymore. They don't send love notes anymore. They don't remember birthdays, anniversaries. They don't go on date night outs. They don't go on holidays, just the two of them alone. They don't send love notes. Those little things. They don't send gifts, little boxes of chocolates here and there. They don't do all of that. Over the years, they begin to take each other for granted. So you see, if you watch this movie, it's a very interesting movie. From start to finish, you see that most of the thing that attracted these couples to each other, even though they didn't see themselves until they chose themselves, what attracted them to each other, most of them, is it Mallory and Jared? Is it what's her name? Shane and Natalie. What attracted these couples together? Mostly, it's their action, their conduct, the words that they say to each other, the way they take time to want to please each other, the way they are intentional, because they intentionally obviously enrolled themselves on this series just to be able to find a life partner. So they are intentional. in choosing their words. They are not rude. They are not arrogant. They are caring. They choose their words, loving words. Their actions, their conduct. They want to share some of the intimate things that obviously their past, the intimate parts of their past lives, the things that actually causes them anxiety and pain in the past. They want to share it with that person that they feel they're going to share the rest of their life with. For example, with Jarrett and Mallory, you understand, where she actually disclosed her past life, how she was abused when she was 17 and all of that. And also Jarrett on his own actually told her how he was stabbed when he was a younger person. He was stabbed by a close friend, and he had a close shave with death, you know. And so you see the attention and the care, the tears, the smiles, the laughter, the hugging, the attention to details, even when they want to, the very first time they want to meet each other, the way they take their time for the ladies to dress properly, to make sure that they look sexy and all of that. Even the guys themselves taking their times to obviously to dress properly so that obviously they can look attractive to the other their partners. You see, so these are the things that actually keep love alive. These are they continue to fan the flame. They just don't allow it to brush things under the carpet by taking each other for granted. Or maybe, for example, a wife comes back home and she wants to share her day with the husband, and the husband is not interested. And maybe she allows him that day, and the next time she tries it again and he's not interested. That again, she will begin over the weeks and the months, she'll begin to feel a level of resentment. You see, attention to details, buying gifts. The gifts don't necessarily have to be expensive, but you can see how even with the presentation of the engagement ring, you can see those sentimental things. You see how those rings were presented. Some of them are engagement rings from their own mother. So you see how detailed, how caring, and how really intimate that can get, which actually brought tears to a lot of the eyes of the ladies. I tell you, women are very emotional people, and women actually, they're romance freak. If you watch this movie, you will see the heart of a woman, how the heart of a woman actually just longs for love. Women just want to love, and they just want to be loved. Women are just an epitome of love. They are love personified. But the thing is, how do we continue to allow the flame of love to continue to burn over the years? That is the question. How do we allow the flame of love to continue to burn? Do we take our spouses for granted? I'm going to watch to the end to see the ones that finally got married, how they met the extended family members and how they got married, to see whether I think Jarrett's and his own spouse, I think, and Natalie, I think they are still happily married now, according to what my daughter told me. They're still happily married. And some of them, I think on the wedding day, they called off the wedding. They did not go ahead with the wedding. I don't know which of them. So I'm still waiting in suspense to see who turns up on the wedding day and who did not turn up. You see, but in all and all, I do not think that love is blind. Lovers are blind. Love is not blind. Love is not blind. Why did I come to the conclusion that love is not blind? If love were blind, then these lovers on this series, they would have been using rude comments, they would have been careless, they would have been reckless, they would have not showed any compassion, they wouldn't have been intentional. They would have actually been talking to each other in a disrespectful and disloyal way. And I think if they had done that to each other, there wouldn't have been any point at which they would have connected at all. So love to me is not blind. Lovers are blind, but love actually is wide, or it's like an open book. What you see is what you get. If you sow love into a relationship, you will get love in return. But a lot of times when you see couples now wanting to go their separate ways. It's either one of them is sowing more than the others. One of them is intentional more than the others. One of them is more loyal more than the others. One of them is more devoted more than the others. One of them is more honest more than the others. And then when you see that the love becomes one-sided, and then as time goes on, there's going to now be a crack in the relationship. And then people would now generally say, oh, they're falling out of love. You understand? Also, if you look at even in cases of domestic violence, you realize that even victims of abuse, even though they are still in love, but the action and the words of their spouse is no longer something they can put up with. It's no longer something because now things like that actually threatens their life. So have you seen now that love is not blind? Because something that threatens, if a blind man is walking into fire, the person is so blind they might not see except somebody tells them. You understand? They can walk through that fire, walk through a burning fire, or walk through a motorway without actually knowing that a car is coming. You understand? Because they are blind, so they just go innocently. But when you see people falling in love, it is intentional. In this movie, this Netflix series, they made it in such a way that people only get attracted to the physical look. And that because they get attracted to the physical look, it is not the physical look that actually sustains love. So that's why they made it in such a way that the couples didn't have to see each other until they have communicated and obviously have had several conversations with each other and then became connected. And what is that connection? It's not the body language because they didn't see their physical bodies. It's the connection, it's the words, the care, the affection that is shown, the gifts that were given, the thoughtfulness, the kindness, the compassion, the loyalty, the sensibility, the honesty, the transparency, the openness, the vulnerability that they exhibited, the forgiveness, you understand? The attention to details. Those are the things. Those are the things. The energy that attracted them to each of the path that they actually chose in this movie. So such an interesting, thought-provoking movie. I'm going to sit back now and actually watch the movie to the end. Perhaps I'll have a part. There's going to be a part two of this broadcast, just to show, obviously, to show how this movie actually ended. If obviously the couples in this movie, how they finally got married, which one of them got married, which one of them did not turn up on the called off the wedding. You understand? So in conclusion, I believe strongly that love is not blind. Lovers are blind. So when next you want to fall in love, be intentional. Be compassionate, be kind, be sweet, be loyal, be careful with your words, be caring. These are the things, these are when they say, oh, like I love this person's energy. I'm attracted to this person. These are the things that attract people to each other. The kindness, the loyalty, the ability to be able to forgive, to continue to give. Love is kind, love is compassionate, love is not jealous. You understand? Love is honest. Love is transparent. You understand? Those are the things that causes people to fall in love with each other. I hope, this is a reactionary video to this movie, a Netflix series. I hope you have been able to kind of, highlight some of the very important reasons or causative factors that causes people to fall in love. In the absence of physical looks, there are other deeper things that makes people fall in love, like the kindness of their spouse, the affection of their spouse, the attention that their spouses give to them, the affection, the loyalty, the honesty, the transparency, the openness and trustworthiness, the attention to details, the respect and the loyalty. When your spouse is hurting, if obviously the other party also hurts, When your spouse is happy, always wanting to outsmart each other with love, with kindness, and with affection. That is what makes love more beautiful. I tell you, love is a beautiful thing, and love makes the world go round. But one thing we must realize is that love is not blind, but lovers are blind. I'll see you on my next video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.